It is a complete honor to be here tonight for me. As Bob said, 40 years ago, I went to work for a heating and air conditioning contractor, and Mr. Bob Schenk was my mentor, led me to the Lord, and modeled what it means to be a Christian businessman in the marketplace. Thank you, Bob. I'm forever grateful. So we're here tonight to honor two individuals that have been instrumental in the formation of Convene. First one I'd like to ask to come up would be Rick Green and his wife Vicki. Vicki, please come up also. Give Rick a hand. So Rick has had one incredible journey through Convene. Brian Thatcher and Rick Green are the co-founders of Convene. Rick is the founding member, Brian the founding chair. They got together 20-some years ago at Saddleback Church. Rick as a business guy running a company. Brian as a ministry guy trained through Navigators. And they had this wonderful idea. Rick was a Vistage member for many years and loved the business training that he was getting there, but wanted a Christian foundation to it to figure out how to really run his business as a Christian. So Brian and Rick together combined kind of the Vistage model and the Navigators model and formed what was called BBL Ministries, Beyond the Bottom Line. There's a number of people who are still in the group today that were BBL members before we rebranded it as Convene. And we're just thrilled, Rick, that you had the vision along with Brian to make this a reality. One of the things that Brian says is that Rick has always been a solid rock for Convene, that he would coach Brian in many ways. And there was a lot of coaching that happened then. Rick also, in the early content for the organization, as Chris Duncan was the president at that time, CEO, Rick would tell stories to Chris of his business experience. Chris would be writing it down, making content out of it, sharing it with Rick to edit it, and those would turn into those early content pieces that we had. Rick joined Group 1. That was a long time ago. So as the original member, but then also moved to Group 2 when Group 2 was founded to help establish the foundation for Group 2, and has served in other groups also, and served at chair training to help educate chairs and help train them on the model that we have for Convene. Rick has touched many lives in this room. The wise counsel he has shared with members in our group has just been phenomenal. We thank you for that, Rick. Really has been a driving force behind the organization. Rick also served as the chairman of the board for many years and is still a board member today. So Rick, we are thankful for your service. You have been a wonderful role model for all of us. We're eternally grateful. We have a wonderful award for you. One other thing we're going to give you also, after we give you a moment to say a word if you'd like to, is a trip for you and Vicki to Seattle, and a hotel room, airfare, and a wonderful dinner at Canlis Restaurant. that Mark has given to you.
You know, this has been an amazing journey, and I've shared with a number of people that I thought in my business career one of the best things I ever did was to join an affinity group. In those days it was called Tech, and really thought, gosh, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a Christian tech group? And one day this guy, Brian Thatcher, tapped me on the shoulder and said, you know, I understand that you're interested in this. I am too. And he really wanted to do the pick and shovel work. And I said, I'll coach you. And I knew, because I had spent a lot of time on trying to understand the tech model. Turns out that my tech chair, who today is my mentor and has been for the last 30 years, was one of the founders of tech. So I've got some good counsel and some good advice. But it's been fun. It's been fun to see the growth. And gosh, I am just thrilled with the leadership that we have today. It is it's a really answer to prayer. And God has been faithful through it all, and it's fun to be a part of His journey. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Right. So this is very heavy. It's solid
This
crystal.
is like kryptonite or something. I don't know.
So it's like 25 pounds.
There you go.
Be careful. Rick.
You got it?
I got it.
Yep.
But you can have it.
Okay. Where's that Bren guy? Okay.
You can give it to Matt. Rick has been a man that really believes that CEOs should run their business on the Kingdom platform and has demonstrated that to us. Please join me in thanking Rick for his service. Thank you, Vicki.